Hello everyone. Myself, Mrs. E. Akshay Prasilda Reena, Assistant Professor, Kongunadu College of Engineering and Technology. I'm handling Universal Human Values 2, Understanding Harmony. So in this session, we are going to see Unit 5, that is implication of the holistic understanding of harmony on professional ethics. Introduction, that is, human values are the virtues or principles that guide us to treat others with care, respect, and empathy. They remind us to consider the human element when we interact with one another. In simple terms, human values are the feelings and attitudes that help us connect with others, understand their emotions, and support them in times of need. For example, when a friend is going through a difficult time, showing compassion and listening to them patiently is a human value. Similarly, helping someone without expecting anything in return, like assisting a classmate with notes or helping an elderly person crossing the street, reflects our concern for others. So these values create a sense of bonding and trust. They make relationships stronger, provide comfort, and reassure others that they are not alone. So, in short, we can say human values are not just abstract ideas, they are the actions and feelings that shape how we live together, support each other, and create a better society. Let's get some points in ethical values. So, in corporate culture, it refers to the shared values, beliefs, and practices within a company. A positive culture encourages employees to work together, be respectful, and contribute meaningfully. For example, a company that celebrates achievements and supports personal growth builds trust and motivation among employees. Second one is conveying company values. It's very, very important that the organization clearly communicates its values to all employees. This can be done through orientation programs, newsletters, or regular meetings. When everyone understands what the company stands for, they can align their actions accordingly. So, the third one is creating an ethical space. An ethical space ensures fairness, transparency, and responsibility. For instance, employees should feel comfortable reporting issues without fear of retaliation, and management should address concerns openly. So, fair treatment also included in ethical values. So, every employee, regardless of their role, should be treated fairly. Equal opportunities in promotions and recognition create a sense of belonging. For example, if a junior employee comes up with a great idea, it should be acknowledged just as it would be for someone in a higher position. Acting with integrity. Integrity means doing the right thing even when no one is watching. For example, if an employee discovers a mistake in a report, admitting it rather than covering it up shows honesty and accountability. The last thing is dealing with unethical business values. Sometimes companies may face situations where unethical practices are encouraged, like manipulating data or cutting corners for profit. It's important to stand firm and report such activities. Whistleblowers who expose wrongdoing help protect both the organization and its stakeholders. In short, we can say ethical values are not just guidelines on paper, they shape the way we work, treat others, and build trust in professional environments. By embracing these values, we create workplaces that are not only productive but also supportive and fair. Are some important topics related to um, universal human values, that is, values, morals. What do you mean by moral values, ethics, ethical human conduct, and some examples are given. So, let us discuss about this. So first one is values. Values are the desirable or useful qualities in a person. These are traits that make someone a good and trustworthy individual. For example, being honest, or helping others in need are values that we all appreciate. Next comes morals. Morals help us decide what is right and what is wrong after learning, observing, or experiencing something. For instance, if you see someone being treated unfairly, your morals guide you to support fairness and justice. So next comes moral values. These are relative values that gives us protection and respect if they are used correctly. For example, courage and commitment are moral values. When you keep stand up for a friend in trouble or keep your word, you are using moral values. So next comes ethics. Ethics is more values in action. It's about knowing the difference between right and wrong and choosing to do the right thing, even if it is risky or painful. For example, whistleblowing on a issue shows ethical behavior because it's difficult but the right thing to do. Next comes ethical human conduct. This refers to the behavior that is ethically correct. It should be self satisfying, people friendly, eco friendly, and universal. Acting in ways that benefit not just ourselves but others and the environment is considered ethical human conduct. For example, keeping promises, being honest, loyal, fairness, and concerned about others, commitment, abiding by law, etc. And being committed to helping society also reflect ethical values. In short, we can understand this concept helps us build trust, support each other, and make decisions that benefit not only ourselves but everyone around us. Practicing ethical values in daily life leads to a happier and more harmonious society. You'll learn about what makes someone a good professional and how ethics play an important role in professional life. So, a good professional is someone who has ethical human conduct and the necessary professional skills to perform their job well. It's not enough to just be skilled. One must also act responsibly and respectfully towards others. For example, a doctor needs medical knowledge but also compassion and integrity when treating patients. So next comes professional ethics. Professional ethics are the personal, official, or business rules that guide our behavior in different situations. These rules help us decide how to act responsibly in a professional setting. For example, ethics are important in border security, where decisions affect national safety, or for doctors, where ethical choices impact patient care such as in gender testing of a fetus, which has legal and more implications. The importance of self exploration in this. So, understanding ethics is not something that comes automatically, it's gained through self exploration, reflecting on one's experiences, values, and actions. This helps us recognize the definitiveness of human conduct, what is wrong and what is right in different situations, which is known as ethical human conduct. So in short, being a good professional is not about just skills. It's about using those skills in the right way, following ethical guidelines, and constantly improving ourselves through self-awareness and reflection. In this part, we learn about the definitiveness of ethical human conduct. So, ethical human conduct refers to the right way of behaving as a person. The definitiveness of this conduct means that it is clearly understood and based on certain important aspects such as values, policies, character, and it is universal. So, values are the good qualities or principles that guide our behavior. For example, honesty and kindness are values that helps us treat others with respect. Policies are the rules or guidelines that help us follow ethical behavior. For instance, a workplace policy may state that everyone must report misconduct, ensuring fairness and safety for all employees. Third one is character. Character is how we express our values and policies through our actions. A person with a strong characters stand by their beliefs when it is difficult, even when it is difficult. For example, a person who remains truthful even under pressure shows a strong character. All these values, policies, character together create ethical behavior that is universal, meaning it applies to everyone, everywhere, regardless of culture or profession. In short, we can say understanding and applying ethical human conduct helps us make better decisions and be responsible and can be responsible citizens. It's not just about following rules, it's about living by principles that benefit everyone. When we build relationships with others, certain values help us create trust, support, and harmony. Here, 18 key values that are essential in human relationships. One is trust. Trust means believing in someone and being reliable to the one. Respect. Treating others with dignity. Third one is affection. Affection means showing warmth and kindness. Care. Care means looking after others with love. So next comes guidance. Guidance is nothing but helping others finding the right path. Reverence, deep appreciation and honor. Glory. Glory means recognizing achievements and good qualities. Eighth one is gratitude. Gratitude means thankfulness for help or support. Love means a deep emotional connection. Next comes complementariness. So this is nothing but being polite and encouraging. Next comes compliance. Compliance means working together harmoniously. Commitment, staying loyal and dedicated. Generosity means giving without expectation something in return. Next comes spontaneity. Spontaneity means being natural and free in actions. 15th one is obedience. Obedience means following rightful guidance or rules. Ease. Ease means being simple and approachable. 17th one is self-restraint. Self-restraint means controlling oneself. So the last one is anonymity. So this is nothing but being united and cooperative. So these human values also need to live in harmony with nature. So we have two more key values, that is utility value and artistic value here in the slide. So utility value means using natural resources wisely and responsibly. Next comes artistic value, appreciating the beauty and creativity found in nature. This is nothing but artistic value. For example, planting trees using resources like water carefully, uh, and respecting wildlife for the ways we apply these values. In short, by practicing these ideas in our relationship and interactions with the nature, we create a more compassionate and sustainable world. These values are universal. They apply to all culture and societies. So let's commit to living with kindness, honesty, and compassion because ethical conduct makes life more fulfilling and peaceful for all. So thank you for listening. With this, I conclude this session. Thank you.